called Donald Trump a wannabe dictator? It's because he is. It's because he is. Maybe it's time for us to be a little more fierce. Because we have to ferociously push back on this. The thing that bothers a teacher more than anything is to watch a bully.
Is there something going on that we're missing?
Well, there's a couple of things. First of all, whose balls is he hiding in his cheeks?
Yeah.
That's the first question I want to know. And I don't love the way he says, Tyrus.
Yeah.
Breaking news, folks. Turns out TimWalz has more skeletons than a Halloween clearance aisle, and Tyrus just kicked the closet door clean off. This isn't your standard political jab, it's a full-blown demolition. Tyrus dives into Walz's past like he's hunting for buried treasure, and what he pulls out. Wackier than a raccoon pushing a shopping cart through Walmart at 3 a.m. Get your popcorn ready. This ride's about to go off the rails.
It's because he is. Maybe it's time for us to be a little more fierce. Because we have to ferociously push back on this. The thing that bothers a teacher more than anything is to watch a bully, to watch this bully and to stop it. And when it's a child, you talk to them and you tell them why bullying's wrong. But when it's adult like Donald Trump, you bully the out of him back. This is a weak, cruel man that takes it out.
Before we go on, hit that subscribe button. It helps more than you think. Now, Tyrus didn't just randomly name-drop TimWalz over coffee. No, this was the culmination of scrolling through headlines, connecting dots, and finally saying, enough. And when Tyrus hits that point, it's not some polite complaint, it's the verbal equivalent of a WWE entrance, and TimWalz is standing in the ring without backup.
Is deeply part of it. That's one of the, I mean, I think it goes, you know, and you can look at the reasons why we've had this sort of dialectic over the Me Too movement.
How do you fight it?
And well, this
I
notion
think
of
I could kick most of their.
What he's mad about is his own fault. He's mad about the image that was portrayed of him as the hunter. And who did that? You did that. We just laughed about it because the one thing you can't do is you can't front. You can't floss. Those are two key words when it comes to manhood.
So there's Tyrus, laying into Walz, and the crowd? Stunned. Not because Tyrus is yelling, he always yells, but because suddenly, everyone's golden boy governor is under the microscope. The image of Minnesota's dad next door starts to crack like ice on a spring lake, and people can't look away.
Yeah. A teacher snatches the bully's ass up. Yeah. Come sit with me. That's what I know. Someone's bullying. Oh, you can sit with me for a while. And then I would lean on him. I'd bully him back. He's not a teacher. He's not a politician. He's a creepy guy who can't remember his speeches. I don't know what the hell was in the water in that White House, or was everyone on the same bad cocaine? But Kamala can't speak. He can't speak. Biden was so high he couldn't remember anything. Like, this is literally the dumbest administration of all time. Why is he talking?
It really is the ultimate clown show. And I said this in the 5. He's a clown.
TimWalz has been marketed as Mr. Nice Guy, the kind of dude who brings extra chairs to the picnic and lends you jumper cables in the church parking lot. But Tyrus, he's not buying it. He's poking at the potato salad, sniffing around, and saying, this smells less like Midwestern charm and more like leftover politics that's been sitting out too long.
For Elon. Mm-hmm. I would be furious if I was him. Mm-hmm. If this is who you sent to troll me?
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing wrong to get the guy from D Team to come out at Family Theater and call me names?
Yeah.
Like, Tim, I would, if they were like, oh, Tyrus, man, tough news cycle. TimWalz is talking about you. I'd be like, oh, Timmy, I want to fight him.
Tyrus doesn't see Walz as the friendly neighborhood governor. He sees a guy who smiles at the front door while quietly slipping controversial policies through the mail slot. Sure, Walz's resume reads like a feel-good movie, teacher, coach, veteran. On paper, he's the State Farm commercial of politicians. But in practice, the script and the show stopped matching up a long time ago. And that's where Tyrus starts swinging, right at the inconsistencies, the lockdowns, the flip-flops. COVID. You could grab beer from the gas station but not sit in church. That's the kind of logic Tyrus sinks his comedic teeth into.
Tweets, my DMs, like just one arm, and I just want to slap the. He's so weak. He brings nothing. If you were going to go after someone man to man, hit him with a fact. Hit him with something real.
Yes.
You don't have anything. And here's the cold part. If Elon called him up and said, hey, Tim, you want a job? He would take it because that's what spineless. He would. And when he was questioned, he was like, I was just holding him in account. You know, I respect him and I'm so happy to be working for X. He is the worst player on their team and they don't mind sending him out because
They're trying to get him off the table.
Yeah.
They're putting him out early so he can't be a factor.
One day Walz is pro this, the next day anti that, depending on which way the wind's blowing. Tyrus doesn't call it flip-flopping, he calls it auditioning for Cirque du Soleil. Walz is doing political backflips smoother than an Olympic gymnast, all while insisting he's just a regular guy shopping at Target, while being chauffeured there in a black SUV with a price tag bigger than your house. The disconnect. So massive you could drive the entire Vikings offensive line through it, mascot and all.
Levine, look, he has a sports coat and a zip-up sweater underneath. No man wears that.
I may have done that in the past.
Yes.
I
You've
won't
done that
now,
many
Tyrus.
No, and one day somebody's going to explain what a corporate income tax is to these people. It's not paid by this. It's not paid by the corporation. It's not like a building that goes, I've got to pay taxes. It's the worker.
Modern politics is part substance, part theatre, and Walz has nailed the performance piece. Tyrus calls him out like the guy at a birthday party ruining the magic show. It's up his sleeve. Once the illusion's broken, the crowd can't unsee it. Tyrus strips down the facade, Walz's pandemic policies, his delayed response to the George Floyd unrest, and paints a picture of a governor showing up to a 5-alarm fire with a garden hose, hoping maybe the wind helps him out.
Big red flag. Whenever you meet someone and they have to give you their resume,
yes.
and then as soon as they talk, you're like, that's why you gave me your resume.
Yeah, because it doesn't speak for itself.
You suck.
Yeah. It's like when people have their PhD
Yes.
on their Twitter handle. It's like, you know, this person's completely bonkers.
And their pronouns.
Yes. Are you mad, though, Tyrus, that, like, beards have been kind of co-opted by beta males like Tyler?
No, because
Watch what you
it's
say.
like all. Wait, hold on. Watch what I say. I will around, stick my hand up your back, and make you my puppet.
Here's where the sarcasm hits full throttle. Tyrus doesn't just say Walz failed, he builds a whole sitcom out of it. Picture a neighbor promising to fix the fence, but showing up with duct tape and good vibes. That's the Walz image Tyrus paints, a friendly cardigan covering up a tangled mess of contradictions. Big promises, lofty dreams, free this, expanded that. But the execution? More like a school group project where no one read the assignment.
I think I would have won. Susie would say I would have won Pennsylvania easily anyway, even if the governor ran, the real governor, not the governor from Minnesota, he's a sick puppy, that guy. That poor guy, I feel sorry for him. But
Tyrus hits his rhythm here. He compares Walz to the guy who sings karaoke like he owns the stage, until verse 2 hits and his mumbling. Taxes. Walz says he's fighting for working families, but suddenly their wallets feel lighter. Tyrus imagines Walz sneaking into your couch cushions at night, fishing for spare change, and calling it funding the future. Meanwhile, Minnesota schools are drowning, test scores sinking, debates raging, and parents completely baffled. Tyrus has a field day pointing out how the former teacher-turned-governor can't even steer the education ship straight.
Whoa, you got something there?
Hold on, before we do this, man, I got to protein up. Hold on.
Chug. Oh, he's chugging it. Oh, man.
I need more protein, Gutfeld. I got my protein pudding, my protein shakes, jerky if you piss me off, but this ain't enough protein for this segment, Greg. I gotta old school this story here.
Where'd you get this?
Law and Order. Another twist in the Walz saga. He talks reform, fairness, justice, then chaos erupts and leadership goes missing. Tyrus compares it to a bad sitcom scene, the governor stepping into the middle of a riot saying, "Let's all just chill," while the background burns like a Walmart on Black Friday. And don't forget Walz's military record, it's his go-to defense. But to Tyrus, that's like pulling out baby pictures during a debate to prove you're trustworthy. It's not about the past. It's about what you do now. And Tyrus, he's not impressed.
Tell you, I can't wait to debate the guy. That is, if he's willing to get off the couch and show up. So, you see what I did there? I got to tell you, pointing out just an observation of mine that I made. I just have to say it. You know it, you feel it. These guys are creepy, and yes, just...
Tyrus serves up pure comedy gold here. Walz rehearsing empathy in the mirror. Should I look 30 degrees concerned? Or 45? The crowd's dying laughing, but the message hits hard. Walz loves to talk unity, but under his leadership, Minnesota's felt more like a broken family game night. Flipped boards, screaming matches, and someone storming off. He wears a baseball cap and makes dad jokes, trying to be relatable, but Tyrus calls it like it is, a sales pitch. Looks nice, sounds nice, but the engine's shot.
VP nominee TimWalz, he joined Beto O'Rourke at a Texas town hall last night, and the estrogen levels were enough to give Chuck Norris menstrual cramps. I wonder, is our strength our diversity?
Our strength is our diversity. We've been talking about this for years as a country of immigrants, and we let them define the issue on immigration. We let them define the issue on DEI, and we let them define what woke is. We got ourselves in this mess because we weren't bold enough to stand up and say, you damn right we're proud of these policies. We're going to put them in, and we're going to execute them.
So, wait, you lost because you weren't woke enough?
Once Tyrus peels back the Minnesota nice branding, what's left? Just another polished political product dressed in plaid instead of a suit. And now, the audience isn't just laughing, they're nodding. Because they see it. The pattern. The performance. The smoke and mirrors. Walz becomes a symbol, not just a subject, a poster boy for politicians who say one thing, do another, and expect applause. Tyrus wraps it all up with the perfect image. Walz running the state like he lost the IKEA manual, insists he's got it handled, while everything wobbles and falls apart. But hey, he looks confident holding that Allen wrench.